Heyo, deadspidervenom here, and welcome back to the tutorial series. Now, this next tutorial is picking an avatar and starting to bring it into Blender and get it ready for getting it all set up and ready for Unity. So, what I like going to DeviantArt. So, deviantart.com. Boom. Now, what you want to do is you'll want to go and you want to go to the search bar and you want to search in. I usually like going MMD model and finding an MMD model from here. Now scroll through and look till you find one that you would like. So I don't know which one would be a good one. Show. Okay, so I want to quickly say this before I get to the model because I found one finally. Make sure to be careful of models like this. This model is probably fully textured underneath and can get you banned, so avoid models like this. But yeah, I'm going to go for the funny one. The one that I'd never expected to see. A Markiplier one. Okay, this model comes with... Okay. No, yes. Edit model, take parts and redistribute, edit, credit, show me the work. Yes, please. LSing and always redistribute unedited model. Okay, so now that we found a model, goodness gracious. Okay, now we have a model. So let's go here, show in folder. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this to our models folder. Minimize this, open up this. Okay, so now that we have a model, 7-zip, extract the model. Okay, open it up and make sure everything's there. Okay, so one main thing you want to look for is a PMX. If it has a PMX, then goody gumdrops. One thing you want to make sure is you'll want to check the text files, the texture files on the models, just to make sure that there's no nudity, just to be safe, so that you're not uploading something with nudity, because sometimes they won't show it, but they actually have fully textured underneath. So you want to check that stuff. Now, once that's all done, you want to go ahead and launch Blender. Blender is launching. Okay, once Blender is launched, what you want to do is go ahead and first off bring your mouse over, hit the delete key. While hovering over this will pop up, and click delete. Now once that's done, we need to do something before we can continue on. You need to go over to file, go down to user preferences. Once that opens up, you want to search for two things. You want to look up MMD, and this will be unchecked for you. You want to check it, and you'll also want to look up cats, and you want to check this one, 3D View Cats Blender plugin. Now once both of those are checked and you're ready to go, you want to come over here to your left side panel. And on your left side panel you'll see cats, the MMD tools, and the cats tools. You want to go down to cats, and we'll be using this. I'm guessing the MMD tools has like libraries and stuff like that are needed. So you want to go here, go import model. You come down here, you want to check remove doubles, fix IK links, and then use internal library dictionary. Now you want to navigate to wherever you have it. So for me it's the desktop. Okay, let's see here, models 2, Markiplier model, Markiplier. Okay, now you want to pick the one you want to use. So let's go ahead and let's use the pink-haired version of Markiplier. So once you click that, you can either double click it or import model, import file. Okay, now in order to look around, you need to click on your scroll wheel. So that's the middle wheel that you use to scroll with, and that's used to click and move around. Scroll in and out. Hold shift to scroll up and down. Hold control to scroll left and right. Okay. So now as you can see, the and if you click without scrolling, you can drag. Click without scrolling, you can drag. So yeah, now you see that we have an issue. Our model's not colored. Now granted, that doesn't really matter too much in this step, except for the fact that when we export it to an FBX file, you're going to have to add all the textures and stuff to yourself. So what you want to do is you want to come up here and you want to click Fix Model, and your cursor will change and you'll update, and then boom, there you go, your model is fixed. Now we have color. Now if we come up here and click this little eye next to armature, the bones will disappear. And yeah, so there's the model. Okay, so the next step what we want to do is let's go ahead and come down here, go to translation, and click on each one of these. You want to do this every time you do a model, because sometimes it's, you know, a non-English user, or they use non-English assets. So, and this translates it to an English or a rough English equivalent. Okay, so once that's all translated, you should have your model. Now what you want to do is you want to come over to armature and come down to body. Now you see that the body and the armature are, well, the body is just body. You can't edit any of the textures. So what you want to do is you want to separate by texture. Open this up a little bit more. Separate by materials. And what that'll do is that'll separate all the different textures on the body with with its different materials. So let's see, if I go here, if I disappear that, his shirt disappears, and we can tell that, yeah, the only type of skin he has is his face and his arms. So that's good. Okay. So now that once you go through, check out everything, make sure there's no profanity, no whatever in the model, and you're all safe and handy dandy. Yeah. Once you're all done, you've checked it, done any edits to the model, well, not model, but the textures and all like that, just go over here, join meshes. It'll join them all back together. Or you can click Fix Model. Fix Model will do all that as well. Though join mesh, you don't really need to fix the model again because you already have it fixed. But yeah, you want to join meshes. You'll need the meshes joined for these next two steps. After you do these two steps, you can unjoin the meshes, so you don't need them fully joined all the time. Okay, so you need them joined for this. And this part is the eye tracking. What this does is this allows your model to blink and stuff like that. So if I go like this and disable that, and okay, so we can actually see the eye. So what you want to do is you want to come down here, go to blink left, and change blink left and change wink to whatever it is to blink, and then you want to change blink right to basis. And then once you have both of those changed, you want to create eye tracking. And then after that, you want to test your eye tracking just to make sure you have the eyes blinking the way you want it. And you want to come over here, blink strength, blink, click on the test. Okay, now the eyes are closed. Click on the other one, and then they will open. So now you can tell that my character can blink. But that's not all it can do. It can do those things. If you come across that error, just simply go to creation, come back, and it'll be fixed. Or create eye tracking again, and it'll fix it. If you come up with an error where it doesn't allow you to stop eye tracking. Now what you want to do is come down here to Vismas, and this is your next thing. Now I haven't messed with this part yet, but I'm guessing you can, and to change what your mouse. But pretty much what this is right here, Vismas, or Vizims, or whatever you want to call them. I call them Vismas because, well, fuck you. Is it makes your mouth animate when you speak in game, so it doesn't look so weird. So just simply come down here, create Vismas. It'll take a few moments. Boom. I haven't messed around with changing these yet. I kind of want to, but I haven't had a model yet that allows me to do that. Okay, so once you're done with that, next thing you can do is bone parenting. Now granted, I don't mess with this too much because, well, I don't see a point in doing it. Anyway, next final thing you want to do is you want to come up here and check this up here. Now currently there's a limit of 20,000. You can get past this limit if you edit your assets, but I'm lazy and I don't want to edit my assets. So, and on top of this is a tutorial, so you'll have to learn how to do this anyway, even if they up the limit in case your model's over the limit. Okay, so you want to look up here and you want to see this tris count. This tris count is the count you're looking to reduce if your model's over the limit. So for currently the limit is 20,000 tris. So in order to reduce that limit, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to decimation, and down here is you alter the tris count. So it's at 19,999. You may want it lower if you're going to be doing something like a lolly army banner above your head in Unity. I'll explain that in a later video. Or, you know, other stuff like that. So yeah. So now what you want to do is you want to click either safe or half. Now I suggest trying to go with safe all the time because that'll keep the quality up nice and high. But if you lose anything that's too important or too eye gouging, then definitely go with half. I wouldn't go past half because you're just gonna make your model look like crap. So let's go ahead and quick decimation and see how the model looks after this gets done. Okay. Now I've quickly decimated it, and okay, so it hasn't fully decimated it. Now this may happen, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and decimate it again. But first let's check to see if it screwed up any parts too badly. I don't see any issues. The glasses seem to be actually working now like how they're supposed to. Oh wait, did the glasses... Okay, no. Okay, so quick decimation again. Now, when you do decimate, if it comes up with the issue like last time, undoing it with Control Z may not necessarily fix it. If you undo it, then decimate it again. So you may just have to keep decimating it over and over and over until it reaches the tris count you need. Now you can delete stuff off the body to reduce the tris count, but I highly don't recommend doing that, mainly because it ruins the look of your character, and sometimes there may be gaps because you delete something to reduce the tris count and it was actually covering a hole in the character, you know, character's model, so you delete it and suddenly you have that hole now. Granted, decimation doesn't really fix that either. Now sometimes you will have to do this multiple times with bigger models, so the higher the tris count is. Decimated to give this tris count, it got decimated as much as possible within the limits. Okay, so sorry, I didn't read that. But sometimes it will bug out and not fully tris count it, so make sure to check the tris count before you you know, you take the model out of Blender, because sometimes I've done it and it's been like 20,002. It's only like 3 yeah, the number's only 3 off, but it still fucking is how it is. Okay, so I went with half because, well, I couldn't do half, and as you noticed, the decimation made the model look like garbage. But that is fine, at least for this purposes, the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is just to simply teach you how to do this. Now, once you have your, once it's decimated, now granted they'll be raising the limit later, so this model may be under the limit, or you can look up how to up the limit so you don't have to do this, but for now this is what we're going to go with. Okay, so now once you're done, you want to go to camera. Now you want to delete these things, so come over here, right click, delete the hierarchy, right click, click on it, right click, delete the hierarchy, and boom. Now you don't necessarily have to do that because this next step is well, yeah, I'll be showing you how to just remove those by default. Now what you want to do first is save as, and you know, go up to your model, so your desktop, models 2, go inside your model, and you want to save, rename it mark.blend, save as Blender file, And know what this does is it saves your project as is. So if you want to come back later and be like, oh, when you're more advanced, be like, oh, I want to actually add clothing to this guy that's better, you know. So you add clothing or whatever, you know. It will not save your undo. So when you save it at the point that you're comfortable with. So like before the decimation. I'm just saving it here. Now I recommend saving it, you know, before you upload it, just in case you need to come back in and fix the eye tracking or whatever. So probably want to make 2 saves. Now once you have that done, you have 2 options before you. You can click Export Model, or go up to File, go to Export, and click FBX. That's up to you. So we're just going to click Export Model. Okay. Now when you click Export Model like that, it'll auto do some settings for you. So yeah. But just to be safe, I'm going to use my preset. Now here's my preset. Now the reason why the scale of my preset is bigger, is like almost 3 times the size, is it's a lot easier working in Unity when your model is huge, especially when you want to do like things like change the eye color, change this about the hair, or change this about the glasses. Because when it's the normal size or smaller, it's hard to get really in close and see what you're doing in close. So you want to make your model bigger so that when you reduce the size, you know, so when you're editing it, it's nicer. Okay, so you make sure your settings look like mine. So I'm just going to sit here for a little bit. You want to pause the video, whatever, but make sure your settings look exactly like mine, or else when you export it, it's not going to work. Okay, so once you have all these settings set, to save a preset, come up here, click plus, and then name it, and click OK. Okay, so now what we'll want to do is your FBX file, you want to save it in the same folder your assets are in for this thing. So for this Markiplier one, it'll be in the Markiplier in here. This is where the assets are, so you want to save it there. So go ahead and go there, change it. It's already named Mark since we saved the blend file. So then just export FBX, and that's it. You're done with Blender. Congratulations, you have surpassed Blender. Well, not surpassed it, but you've done all you need to do in Blender to get a model in game. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't worry about this. It's just your export data. Yeah, but don't worry about it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you did, you know what to do. If you didn't, well, you know what to do. If you have any more questions about certain things, feel free to ask. I'll be covering more on Blender later on, but for now, that's all you need to know to upload a avatar to VRChat. Okay, well, see you guys around.